Perfect. All right. So I always like to start off with, so this is the scottleroymarketing.com website. And the main place to really focus on for all the technology is going to be under this agent resources section. So once you go to scottleroymarketing.com and on the video that I'm recording on here, I'll put all this information in the description for y'all to help out to make it a little bit easier. But once you go to scottleroymarketing.com, under agent resources, all of this will pop up once you use your market center number. So once you use 879, that'll give you access to this particular agent resources fully available option right away.
Our market center number is 827, sorry.
Oh, geez, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. So I'm so sorry. It's been that kind of day on there. Thank you. It's
Yep,
eight.
yep.
Oh man. All right. It's gonna be a long day today, so thank you. Thank you. So yes, please use 827 so that way it tracks properly. All right. So once you hover over this and go through the questionnaire section on here, the one thing I like to highlight is that for every agent, whether you've been there for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you'll have access to fill these out again, but primarily this existing agent questionnaire on here. So under this existing agent questionnaire, this is a great way to go through and say, if I was a brand new agent starting again today, what all does that look like? And you'll notice under this existing agent questionnaire on here, all right, this is where you can actually see the few questions that we'll be asking on here. So in this case, it's just going to ask 6 questions, 2 of which are your name, and then it'll basically just ask for some simple information. And we're going to treat you as if you're starting brand new today. So as of today's date for this class of 523, even if you started on 523 of 2022, 2021, 2020, whatever it might be, we're going to look at it as if you were starting again brand new today. What all is missing? So we're not going to change anything that you have set up, but we're going to fill in those gaps with everything possible. So kind of go through and really just say, all right, what all can you now have set up for yourself to utilize that we can help out with even further? And what all can we actually do to make your life that much simpler to utilize all the KDB technology? So this existing agent questionnaire is phenomenal to use. Typically once a year, maybe even twice a year, because so much stuff is always changing, but at least once a year so that way you can see, do you have the most up-to-date information set up on here? All right, so I always highly suggest starting with this one because that's going to make your life a lot simpler. And it's a great base place to start with too. So it kind of sets the baseline of, everything is now set up correctly. We have access to this. And then more importantly, now if I'm looking to utilize smart plans, if I'm looking to utilize opportunities, my website, everything is already set and active and ready to go. All right. Now, outside of that, we also have live training classes that are happening every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Central that you can access right away. So we have a class that's going on right now in addition to this one, but every day right at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, this will be accessible. And you can go to this link on here, or you can go to slmwebinar.com. And that'll take you to our live Zoom link to access that right away too. Now, these classes are meant to be overviews of all the different KDB technology and how you can utilize everything possible. So if you want to see the different courses that are actually available, under this training section on here, we have our training calendar, we have all of our challenges, and then even our cheat sheets that you can utilize as well too. So the training calendar section is going to be the main place to focus on here. All right, so that's going to be the main place to focus on. All right, because this is going to display all the different training opportunities. All right, and in this case, once again, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday through Friday. You can go to slmwebinar.com to access that live class right at 1 o'clock. You can go to slmtraining.com to view the recorded training courses. Or if you want to, you can actually go through and add this over to your Google Calendar, the account as well too, so that way you can have access to it. Completely up to you at the end of the day. All right, or on here, we also happen to have all of our different training options. So if you want to download our training calendar, you definitely can. So even though this says May, I need to adjust it. This has been updated to the June calendar on here already. But you can download the different time zones. So make sure you download your proper time zone. So in this case, EDT. And then on top of that, you can actually see a quick 1 to 2 sentence overview of what each class is going to consist of. So that way, if you want to learn a little bit more about what the class will, incur during it before you actually jump onto that one, this will help out tremendously. Now you'll notice on here for this class, we have everything segmented by the days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now on the right-hand side of each one, we are then going to actually have the date of the class. All right, so that way, if you're looking for a class on June 1st, for instance, you can see, well, here's the Thursday, June 1st class. That's going to be Nurture Your Database. Now, one class I would always suggest starting with is that Monday course. All right, that Monday class on here will always help out because this is going to be an overview of all the different KW technology and where everything is located and how you can utilize it. So with that being said on here, if you want to utilize, just get like a high level overview, this Monday class is the best one to start with. But then if you want a deeper dive into everything possible, then we have our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday courses. So once you have that full overview, if you're then saying, hey, now I want to learn more about my website, or I want to learn more about these smart plans that are available to me, I want to learn more about print marketing, about opportunities, then we have a 1-hour in-depth course to help you out with that immediately. All right, so this is all accessible for you on here to see what day the class is occurring on, and then of course what date they're occurring on as well too. And all of these classes are recorded, so I'll highlight this in a second where you can actually see where you can view all the recorded courses, or where you can see where they're located. All right, but feel free to download this if you want to, so you can have this on file, or of course, if you're utilizing Google Calendar, feel free to add this over to your Google Calendar account so you can see what class is happening on what day. And we automatically update this as well too, so that way you can see, hey, here are all the classes coming up for June. And then once July is ready to go, it'll pop up on here. So I would take this one with a grain of salt for what you're seeing for July right now. All right, so that's all accessible for y'all to utilize. And then outside of just the training aspect of the live training classes, we also have hands-on training that you can do on your own. So if you're looking for what you can actually do in 30 days or less to really start to utilize all the different KW technology, this is a nice little challenge on here where you'll be able to mark off what you've completed to help out immediately. So on this 30-day challenge, we have two options, either the one for us getting started with all of our services or really starting to utilize everything we have to provide, but then also the command one. And then, of course, we even have 7 to 14-day jumpstart challenges, we call it, that are more of the nitty-gritty to really get going quicker. This command one is the one that I'm going to highlight, though, because this is a great challenge to start with, where you can actually go through and say, hey, I just want to get started with command. I want to start utilizing all the tools. Where should I begin? So this is something great that you can mark off and highlight just to say, this is everything that's now accessible to utilize and how I can use this right away. Now, not only is there a printable version of this challenge, it is also available in the smart plans. So if I go to my smart plans on here, all right, I currently have this in my own library, but if you search by the author name, Scott Leroy, so there'll be a space right between that E and R, you'll see this 30-day challenge on here to utilize. So 30-day new KW agent challenge. So search by Scott Leroy for the author name with a space between the E and the R, and this will pop up immediately. All right, now what this is going to do is it's meant for agents to get a better idea as to how to utilize command right away. So if you want to get, integrated with the KW platform and start to utilize everything, this will help out tremendously. And there's even a printable version on here. So the smart plan is going to be 30 different tasks. All right, so we notice there's 59 steps, but it's a duration of 30 days with 30 touches. And it's 30 different tasks that'll pop up either on your homepage in the task section or in your task applet directly. But if you also want to have a printable version to mark off as well, in addition to the task, you can do that as well too. That way you can jot down some notes on the right-hand side or over at the bottom if there are any goals you want to achieve. This will help you out tremendously just to get started with everything on the KW platform, and then even some stuff outside of it as well too. As you notice, I'm here to learn how to create a Facebook page for realtors, create a free Google business profile. All right, so there's a bunch of stuff on here to help out tremendously. All right, so that's a great place to start, especially if you're looking to get going on all the different KW tools. All right, we're going to come back to my account in a section, or a section in a second on here. All right, but then we also happen to have all of our Keller Cloud cheat sheets. So similar to answersguideknw.com, this is just another way where you can access some additional cheat sheets that are available for y'all to use. So if you're coming through on here and saying like, hey, you know, I want to learn more about the command settings, I want to learn more about my KW, contacts, task, but you want to see it written out, this will have access to that right away. All right, so under the design section, for instance, if I click on this, then it's going to give me my full different design option that I can take a look at on here. So this is going to be all of our cheat sheet information. We can see our table of contents on here, what page everything's located on. But then more importantly, this is meant to be an FAQ walkthrough to help y'all out at the end of the day. So not only are we talking about what's available under the design section, but once you click on designs, what are the different options that we're seeing? So what's the email template, social template, print, video, import a PDF? All right, how do I actually create an email design on here? How do I go through and create a print or social piece? So it's going to give you step-by-step directions on how to do that immediately. All right, so that's all accessible for y'all to utilize. And once again, you can access all those items under this training section on here, whether it's the training calendar, SLM challenges, or our cheat sheets directly too. Now, I know that I talked about our training classes that are live webinars that are an hour long every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. But if you aren't able to make it to those training classes, that's okay. All right, we do have live training classes available Monday through Friday, but they're also recorded and then available on here 24/7. So under recorded training classes, you're going to see all of our different training courses that are available for y'all to use. These are all alphabetically organized, but also chronologically organized so you can access them at any time. So that way, if you're coming through and saying like, hey, you know, I want to learn more about the campaigns platform, but I'm not able to make it to the campaigns class that was occurring, you know, maybe today on May 23rd. Well, once that class is completed, it'll be uploaded on here and it'll say something like campaigns 101-5/23. So that way you can access that campaigns class in the most recent one right away. So once you click on any of these options, it's going to show the most recent class immediately to utilize. So that's all accessible for you right away. And if you're looking for something a little bit less than a 1 hour, maybe a little bit under 1 hour, a little bit over 1 hour class, we do have our tech tips on here too. Oh, sorry about that. So our tech tips on here are 1 to 5 minute videos over specific tips only. So maybe you're saying like, hey, I just have a question on how to upload a document inside DocuSign. Or I just want to learn about how to share my app. Or I just want to learn about how to create a social design. All right, that'll have there we go, a 1 to 5 minute video on here of just those specific items. So if you're not looking for a full 1 hour overview, that's okay. All right, this is going to give you a quick tip to help out with that one item instead of everything possible. All right, now outside of kind of helping to get you started on all the KW technology or auditing through that existing agent questionnaire, outside of all the training that we have available for y'all as well too, and training options that are accessible for you, we also have our agent support. Now, this is one of my favorite things to highlight for agents to utilize because whether you've been an agent with Keller Williams for 1 day or 10 plus years, there's something on here that should be able to help you out. All right, so under our support page, this is where you can find all of our free support items. So it's completely complimentary to utilize this from your Market Center subscription. All right, so remember, make sure you sign in under 827, and that'll give you access to that right away. Now, at the bottom of every page, we're going to have our contact information. So if you ever have any issues, questions, concerns with any of the KW technology, please feel free to reach out to us so that way we can help you out even further. Whether it's, geez, I'm having an issue signing in, I'm having an issue with my database, this isn't working on DocuSign. Any issues, questions, or concerns, please let us know. We can help out. Now, beyond the troubleshooting aspect, if you ever just need help with any of the different items that are inside your platform, maybe you need help with your command tools. Maybe you're saying, I need my command set up, and we can help out with that immediately. If you need help launching a smart plan, you're definitely more than welcome to access that and hop on here, and we can help to launch that smart plan right away for you, whether it's the monthly neighborhood nurture, another KWI smart plan, maybe another agent smart plan. All right, and there's also the option on here for us to help to import that database for you as well, too. So if you want to go through and have your database imported, if you have it in a CSV file, VCF, numbers, Excel, Google Sheets, we can help to reformat that and get that imported immediately. So all this is accessible for you to utilize, and we can take care of this all completely complimentary, which is the best part about it. Now, we even have services just around the Keller Cloud platform. So in this case, if you need help, just getting your profile completed, if you need help updating your team information, maybe you're joining a team or creating a team. If you're leaving a team, we can help to remove that team information for you. If you need help creating a QR code, we can make that QR code for you for a new landing page, a new listing, your website, your app, whatever it might be. All right. Also, if you have a new bio, email, headshots, phone number, social media info, we can update that everywhere possible for you. Now, outside of services just around all the KW technology, we also have services on the KW.com email, whether it's just getting it set up. Now, obviously, this is part of our onboarding process, but maybe you're like, hey, don't need to be onboarded. I'm just helping out this team, but I'd love to have a KW email. All right. Or maybe you're looking at it like, hey, I have a name that sometimes gets misspelled. I'm right there with you. So in that case, maybe I want to have my primary version, which is the correct spelling, but I want to have an alias of the misspelling that some people might utilize to make sure it comes to me correctly. All right, so we have all that accessible on here. And then, of course, we even have website services as well, too. All right, so if you have testimonials that are on another platform, maybe it's over on Facebook, Zillow, Realtor.com, Google, we can help to manually add those over to your KW.com website. All right, if you need help setting up a download app page, we can do that for you. If you have a custom domain that you need forwarded over, we can make sure that's forwarded correctly. We can feature your listings because this is something that will need to be automatically done. So manually done. I shouldn't say automatically. It'll need to be manually done. So we can go through and adjust that for you. We can set up Google Analytics, create listing landing pages to highlight your listings. And one of my personal favorites is even set up an open house sign-in sheet. So I'm going to click on this real quick because all these red buttons are just clickable buttons that'll have a quick short form that you can fill out that'll allow us to go through and update this to get this set up for you right away. All right, so on here, for instance, this is just going to ask some simple information so that way we can actually complete your request right away. Now, if you reach out to us via email, for instance, we aren't going to tell you, please come back and fill this out. We'll be able to work off of that information right away too. All right, but in this case, you can see like some of the items that we would need, like the login and password to access it. And then of course, open house date and time, and then the address. Because what we'll actually do, and I love highlighting this, is we'll go through and we will actually set up a landing page for y'all that'll say, welcome to our open house, have your information, please sign in here. So whenever the lead or the new potential client comes into open house or the open house attendee, however you want to consider them, signs in, this will automatically add them into your command account. And then it'll also show them right below that the listing directly. So that way, if they want to learn more about this particular property, maybe they're coming in off the street and they didn't actually, see this listed online or have a chance to look at everything. All right, this is a great way to actually go through and say, hey, here's what I actually want to take a look at. And before I take a further step inside that property, let's see what this actually looks like and see if this is a fit for me, just to give them some quick updated information. But the best part about this is we are then actually going to go through and set it up where under your settings section, so you won't have to do any of this, but under your settings, we're going to set up through the lead management that any of your open house follow-ups will come through. And if it comes through the lead source of that landing page, it'll tag it as an open house and then automatically add it to that KWI open house follow-up smart plan. So that way, before the attendee even leaves the open house, their information is in your command account, in your CRM, tagged properly, and already on a smart plan getting dripped on. So this is a great way to get them jump started and keep them, top of mind, and for you to be able to reach out to them immediately. All right, so I always like to highlight that on here. And then, of course, the final stuff that we do have available for y'all are some templates. So we do have a partnership with Agent Store. So if you're looking for some quick print marketing options, this is all accessible for you. And then we do have digital marketing templates. These are being redone right now through Canva. So you should be seeing some new ones coming out soon. So I'll skip over this for the time being. But be on the lookout. We'll be highlighting that even more once they're officially live. But under the Agent Store, if you come on here, you can go to agentstore.com/MC827. And this will automatically have some print marketing options that y'all can utilize through our partnership with the Agent Store. Now, this is something that is a paid option since it is print marketing, but that way, if you're looking for business cards, name tags, additional merchandise, stationery, signs, closing gifts, these are all available for you with your office DBA branding added on there as well, too. So all of this will be accessible for y'all to utilize. So I always like to highlight this. This is something that's available for you in case you want to use that right away. All right, so going back through everything one more time to make sure we highlight it again. Once again, this is the ScottLeroyMarketing.com website. Remember to sign in with 827. All right, 827 is the Market Center number you'll want to access this with. And that'll give you access to the agent resources. So once again, the first thing I would highly suggest focusing on is this existing agent questionnaire. It's like a yearly check-in with the doctor for us to audit and see what all could be set up that maybe wasn't available at the time of your setup previously, or any new technology that's recently come out that could help you out even further. We also have our live webinars every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time that you can join by clicking this link or going to slmwebinar.com to access that even further. We have all of our training options, whether it's our training calendar to see what courses are coming up for the month, our challenges, and remember there's a printable version and even a smart plan version. Search by the author name of Scott Leroy inside the smart plans with a space between the E and the R in Leroy, and then even downloadable cheat sheets in case you want to have something that you can print off. All right, all of our training classes are recorded, so you can rewatch any of them 24/7 on here. They're all alphabetically organized, but chronologically organized. So you'll find the most recent class immediately when you click on any of these playlists. So once again, if we had a campaigns class today, when I click on this and it's uploaded, it might say something like campaigns 101-5/23. Right? Or if you're looking for quick updates, quick tidbits, we have our tech tips. These are 1 to 5 minute videos that'll help you with specific items only instead of going full in depth on everything. All right, finally, we've got our agent support. So if you have any issues, questions, or concerns, our contact information is at the bottom of every page. Think of us as an extra staff member in the office to help you out with all of your KW tech and tools. And then, of course, this also covers a bunch of free items that are accessible for y'all to utilize, all available at your fingertips and completely complimentary. So take advantage of all those free tools that are available for you. And then, of course, templates. New templates on the digital marketing side are coming soon through Canva or print marketing options that are accessible through the Agent Store. All right. Now, this was everything that's currently included for free for y'all to utilize. Obviously, the Agent Store printing as a separate option on there, since there is a cost involved in the printing side. If you are ever looking for someone to do all the stuff for you, maybe you want to hire someone out, we do have marketing services, or we even have a la carte items if you're looking for one-off pieces to be created for you. So that is an option. But definitely take advantage of our agent resources first and foremost. That way you can see all the free items that are available just from the graciousness of your office. All right, so that is a quick overview of everything that's accessible on the ScottLeroyMarketing.com website. All right, so hopefully that gave you all a little bit of an idea of everything that we have available for you to use, all the fun items that are accessible. All right, and then once again, this class was recorded, so I'm going to upload this and send this back out to y'all to take a look at a little bit later on today. But hopefully you learned a little bit more about all the different items that are accessible under our platform. All right. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
yeah, of course. No, thank you so much
Yeah,
for hopping in here and
thank you. Thank you.
yeah, hopefully this is very informational and I'll get this sent over to y'all right away. But thank you so much for coming and more importantly, have a fantastic day today.